wholeness, balance, and love. And welcome to today's formal practice, where we will be taking a journey, reviewing and reflecting on our life story so that we could begin to develop a more authentic version of ourselves. And some of the benefits of this practice is number one, it begins to develop an inner compass that always brings us back to our true self, our authentic self. Number two, it allows for us to bring light into our shadows, as oftentimes a lot of these experiences in our life we tend to forget about. But as we bring awareness into them, we can bring healing, we can bring peace, we can bring balance. And number three, it connects you to the highest version of yourself, because knowing your life story deeply and truly will give you the power and awareness so that you can live life authentically connected to your values and your purpose. Before we review our precautions, just a reminder that this practice works best if you are able to commit and take the time to reflect on your life story, as that will open up your subconscious mind to access these memories of your earlier stages of your life. Now, some precautions I would advise for this practice is if I have experienced an extreme amount of trauma or have different events that I have not fully healed from that are weighing heavily, I would say be mindful when we bring those experiences up, or maybe not bringing those experiences up in this specific practice. I will challenge you to move into your edge and to feel a level of discomfort, but to find a space where it doesn't trigger you to take steps backwards. So again, if I carry the non-judgmental awareness when I do experience negative or uncomfortable thoughts, if I can give myself the space to sit with them, to feel them without judgment, it begins to free you from that pain and trauma that we've experienced in our previous life. To begin, we're gonna find a posture. Now this time, I'm gonna give you the space to find a more relaxed position. I'm sitting here guiding you in this bolster, but maybe you can sit back on a chair you can lean back on. Maybe you have a comfortable couch, or maybe you wanna sit down, lay on your mat or on your bed. The goal is to find a space where you can just melt everything away and really activate the imagery in the visual field as we go into this introspective practice. Now, once you found that comfortable space, begin to relax here. Soften the face, the forehead, the space in between the forehead. Relax the cheeks, relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders, your back, your tailbone, your hips, your legs. And at this moment, if you do feel comfortable, I would like to invite you to close your eyes. That way we can eliminate all the distractions around us. If I don't feel comfortable closing my eyes, maybe keeping the eyelids heavy and letting that space get eliminated so that you can really focus your awareness in the practice. Now, once we're here, let's get grounded. Immediately ask yourself, how do I know my body exists? What do I feel? What do I connect to? Notice your head and your neck. Feel your tailbone and your hips. Connect to your left leg, your right leg, and notice your entire body. And now move our awareness into our breath. Same question, different space. How do I know I'm breathing? Feel the rhythm, notice the pace. Feel the location in the body, chest, ribs, stomach. Notice the sound. And let's begin to consciously control this breath. We're gonna do 3 rounds of our letting go breath before we go into our reflection and our introspective practice. Let's inhale in through the nose. Sigh it out like you're blowing fog onto a window. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more, inhale. Hold it here, notice your body, feel the space. Sigh it all out. Breath is natural, body's relaxed. Immediately bring your awareness inward. Notice how you're feeling. And let's move our awareness right into our mental space. And this is where we're going to have to activate our imagination to the best of our ability. I want you to think back to a time within the past year where you were filled with joy, happiness, peace, and love. And as you're reflecting on this experience, think about the moment that really brought you to a space that you felt aligned, that you felt centered, that you felt authentically true to who you are at the core of your being. What were you doing that brought this feeling inside? Who were you with? Where were you at? What do you remember seeing around you? Any objects, any monuments, maybe the interior or the exterior? What sounds are you familiar that took place then? And really try to bring in every aspect of this moment in your life, this time, this experience, where you felt fully connected to yourself in this past year. Now notice how you feel physically, what energy is moving inside. Notice how you're breathing, the rhythm, the pace, when you have this joy in your heart. And notice the energy within the center of your being. And let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And just pause here. Let that feeling, let that experience move through your body, your mind, your heart. And now on the flip side, in this past year, maybe year or two, think about a moment when you felt completely out of alignment, where it was not natural. You might have been a little triggered, a little angry, a little down, a little upset, or maybe an environment that you knew that was not serving you. Who were you with? What were you doing? How did you respond or react? How did you end up feeling in that moment and immediately afterward? And how do you feel about that experience in this present moment right now? If any discomfort arises, giving yourself the space to feel as much as you can, and noticing how this discomfort shows up within the body physically. We have to become conscious of this so that I can always have an internal mechanism to guide me to know when I'm in alignment and when I'm not walking in my alignment. Notice how your breathing is when you're thinking about this moment that's against who you are, that doesn't fit your values, doesn't connect with your inner being. And then notice your heart space. What's the energy that is moving from here into every cell of your body? Let's clear this energy out. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And let's rewind the clock here. Maybe 5 years, 10 years, or maybe 15, depending on your age, but probably the midpoint of your life, young adult years. And again, think about a moment in time where you felt you were moving in your purpose, that everything on the inside was just lighting on fire. You felt the passion, you felt the joy. It just felt right to be in this space. What were you doing? Who were you with? What do you remember seeing around you? What do you remember hearing, maybe touching, connecting, conversing about? As much detail as you can to paint this experience as if it's happening right now. And notice how that shows up within the body. What do I feel physically? Begin to observe the natural rhythm of the breath. Remember, every emotional state has a specific breathing pattern. What pattern of breath is being created right now? And then move our awareness right into your heart and begin to feel the energy that it creates, as these are the sensations that remind you that you are following your true north. Now on the flip side, in this same time period, let's think about a moment that was a little bit more challenging, more difficult, that didn't align with your values, that didn't make you feel good on the inside, that probably triggered you, or maybe something that you're still holding on to today. Who are you with? What happened? What took place? What were you all doing? And notice how that shows up in the body. Is my leg moving? Is it still? Do I tense up certain muscles? Can I connect to my breathing and notice the rhythm that shows up here? Is it fast, slow, heavy? Do I hold on to it? And notice the energy that you're feeling within your heart. And just take note, as whenever these sensations show up physically, emotionally, or even in your breath, these are signs that I'm moving away from my true north or my authentic self. Let's clear this energy out. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And lastly, we're going to move into our inner child. We're going to go and explore space and time from our earliest memories that we can connect to. I want you to go back to the innocent time in your life where nothing even mattered. What were the things that brought the most joy in your life? Was it swinging, playing basketball, running, playing hide and seek, or any childlike game that brought joy and excitement to you? Begin to connect to all those special moments that you may have forgotten to do right now. And notice how you're feeling. Notice what shows up in the body. What sensations become very clear and evident. Begin to watch and observe your breath. How fast, how slow, how smooth, how natural does it feel? And then move your awareness into your heart. What can I connect to within this space? What energy awakens within me? As what you feel at this inner child state is the closest reflection of who you were at your core before we had to become adults. And as this is a signal and sensation that will always remind you when you're walking in alignment. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And on the flip side, last reflection. To the best of your ability, begin to reflect on that childhood and go back to a time and experience that where you felt that joy taken from you. When you felt that love and excitement snatched from your childhood, a moment or time that was uncomfortable or a little bit challenging for you to deal with. And begin to notice what happened. How much was I aware of what was taking place? Who was I with? How did I feel within that moment? How did I react? How did I respond? How much am I holding on to right now? How much of this have I healed from in the present moment? And notice what's happening inside the body. Tightness, tension, softness, relax. Begin to notice what happens inside your breath, the rhythm, the pace, the speed. And allow yourself to fully connect to what's happening inside your heart. No matter how good or bad it is, I challenge you to move to the deepest edge that you can give yourself the permission to and feel. And let's clear that energy out. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. One more deep breath in. Big sigh out. And just pause here. Allow yourself to feel the space within you. Nothing here is good or bad, right or wrong. What's most important is giving yourself the awareness and the presence to be fully here without judging, attaching, or trying to change any of the experiences, but really giving yourself the permission to accept, to not judge, and be here now. As I feel the space within my body, as I notice the rhythm of my breath, and feel the energy within my heart, begin to ask yourself, What are these lessons that I have learned over the time of my life? What experiences have taught or shaped and molded me into the person that I am today? What experiences did I grow through that shaped and molded me into the person that I am today? What are those parts of myself that I have healed from? And what are those experiences that I'm still healing from? Take that information with you. And what are the sensations that I feel when I know I'm connected to my authentic self? And what are those sensations that I begin to feel when I know I'm not in alignment with my highest good? Let's begin to put a smile on our face. Send that smile right down to our heart. And give yourself some love, some appreciation, some gratitude. As this is not a practice that is easy for us to commit to. But as we explore deeper within ourselves, we bring light to our shadows. We begin to free up the pain bodies that still hold us down in this present moment. My triggers, my reactions. And I create more space so I no longer react and I can now respond. If you have not done so already, begin to softly and slowly open up your eyes. Notice the space around you. Notice the space within you. And I challenge you all, maybe taking a pen, some paper, to reflect on what this experience was like for you. And do this again to see how strong the charges are from certain experiences, or how deeply aware you can become when you are connected to your authentic self. I thank you all for joining me, and I hope that we have a beautiful day.